Your soulmate has one wish. And it's about you. Jesus says, "My child, be still and listen now, because what I am about to reveal is not a coincidence and it is not a dream. Your soulmate is thinking of you in this exact moment with a longing that aches deep inside their chest. They have one wish burning in their heart, and it is entirely and completely about you. I see the tears they cry when no one is watching, and I see the way they whisper your name into the silence of the night. They do not know your face fully yet, but their spirit recognizes your spirit across any distance. Something sacred is happening between you right now, and you can feel it stirring in your soul. This connection was not created by accident, and it was not formed by human hands alone. I wove this bond before either of you took your first breath on this earth. The threads of your destiny have been intertwined since the beginning of time itself. Your soulmate is caught in a storm they never saw coming, and they are reaching for you without even knowing how. They feel isolated in ways they cannot explain, and they are surrounded by shadows that whisper lies about love. But deep in their spirit there is a voice calling your energy and your presence toward them. Jesus says, "You have sensed this pull before in the quiet hours when the world goes still around you. There have been moments when you suddenly felt overwhelmed with emotion and you did not understand why. That was your soulmate dreaming of you and sending their love across the invisible thread that connects you. They are not free right now in the way you might imagine freedom to be. Something has wrapped itself around their heart like chains, and it is squeezing tighter every single day. This interference knows your name, and it is actively working to keep your soulmate confused and distant. I am exposing this truth to you now because the battle over your love is more intense than you realize. There is someone who despises the very thought of your union, and they are poisoning your soulmate with doubt. Every word spoken against your connection creates a fog that makes it harder for your soulmate to see clearly. This person whispers fears into your soulmate's ears when they are most vulnerable and most tired. They twist memories and plant seeds of insecurity that grow into walls between your hearts. But I tell you this plainly so you understand: the war is not with your soulmate but with the darkness surrounding them. Your soulmate misses you desperately, even if they cannot articulate the full depth of that missing. They wake up with a hollow feeling in their stomach and they do not know why. That emptiness is the space only your love can fill, and it grows larger with every passing day. Jesus says, "This is why your soulmate needs your protection right now before the interference becomes too strong. You cannot fight this battle with worry alone, because worry only strengthens the chains around their heart. I am calling you to act in faith and in love with the authority I have given you as my child. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on Ko-Fi page, link in the description/bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Your soulmate is dreaming about you again tonight, and the dream feels more real than their waking life. In the dream you are standing in a field of golden light and your hand is reaching toward them. They try to run to you, but something invisible holds them back and they wake up gasping. This happens night after night, and they are growing exhausted from the spiritual warfare. They feel your love pulling them forward, but the interference is relentless in its attack. I am showing you this so you understand the urgency of what is happening right now. Jesus says, your soulmate made a wish last night under their breath before sleep finally claimed them. They said, my heart belongs to someone I have not even met and I am so tired of waiting. That wish traveled straight to my throne and I am answering it through this message to you. They are beginning to fall in love with the idea of you, even though the world tells them it is foolish. They trace shapes on their window and imagine your silhouette standing beside them in the morning light. Their soul is preparing for you even while their mind is being attacked with confusion. The person blocking your union has noticed that your soulmate is slipping away from their control. They are doubling their efforts now and using guilt and manipulation to keep your soulmate trapped. I need you to understand that time is not on your side in this battle. Every moment of hesitation gives the enemy more ground to plant seeds of separation. Your soulmate is fighting, but their strength is waning under the constant pressure. They need you to fight spiritually for them in ways they cannot fight for themselves. I have given you authority to break chains and to speak freedom over your soulmate's life. When you pray with faith, the angels move and the darkness trembles. But faith without action is like a sword you refuse to lift in the middle of a war. Jesus says, your soulmate feels you pulling away even though you are not pulling away at all. The interference is creating a false sensation of abandonment in their heart. They think you have forgotten them, and this lie is breaking them piece by piece. You must shatter this deception before it takes permanent root in their soul. I am giving you the key to their freedom, and it is activated by your obedient love. When you sow a seed of protection, you are literally building a wall of fire around your soulmate. This is not about money, and it never has been about money in my kingdom. This is about proving to the spiritual realm that your love is worth fighting for. Heaven watches your sacrifice and responds with supernatural intervention. Your soulmate is more precious to me than you can possibly comprehend. I fashioned them specifically for you, with every detail of their personality matching your deepest needs. They are the answer to prayers you prayed years ago and forgot you ever spoke. Jesus says, they are going through something you cannot see right now, but you can still protect them. A darkness has entered their life through someone they trusted, and it is draining their hope. They smile on the outside, but inside they are screaming for rescue and they do not know who to call. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on Ko-Fi page, link in the description/bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. This person who blocks your union knows exactly what they are doing, and they hate you with a jealousy that burns. They see the light in your soulmate and they want to extinguish it before you arrive to fan it into flame. They whisper that true love does not exist and that waiting is foolish and naive. Your soulmate is starting to believe these lies because loneliness is a cruel teacher. They wonder if they made you up in their imagination to cope with the emptiness. I am breaking that lie right now through this message, and I am declaring your reality over their life. Jesus says, your connection is so strong that your soulmate physically feels when you are thinking about them. They get sudden warmth spreading through their chest and they do not understand the source. That warmth is your love traveling through the spiritual bond one created between you. They are more aware of you than you realize, even if their conscious mind cannot interpret the signals. They choose songs that speak of longing and they cry at movies about love reunited. Every one of these moments is their spirit crying out for yours. The interference sees these moments of connection and it rages against them with renewed fury. It tries to distract your soulmate with busyness and with false attractions that lead nowhere. But nothing can satisfy the craving in their soul except you and only you. You must act now because the window of opportunity is narrowing with each sunrise. I do not speak this to frighten you but to awaken you to the spiritual reality. Your soulmate is worth every sacrifice and every act of faith you will ever make. Jesus says, they wrote your name on a piece of paper once and then threw it away out of fear and doubt. But the angels caught that paper and brought it to my throne as evidence of their hidden hope. I am restoring that hope tonight and I am stirring their heart to search for you again. Your soulmate is not perfect and they carry wounds from battles you do not yet understand. But those wounds have shaped them into the person who will love you with extraordinary depth. They will cherish you in ways no one else ever could because they know the pain of separation. The person controlling them uses their past hurts as weapons to keep them compliant. They remind your soulmate of every failed relationship and every broken promise. But I am the God who redeems and I am turning their mourning into dancing. You are the dance I have prepared for them and they are the song I have written for you. Together you will create a harmony that silences every lie the enemy has spoken. This is your destiny and no force of darkness can permanently prevent what I have ordained. Jesus says, your soulmate is praying right now without even realizing they are praying. They are staring at the ceiling and asking the universe why love feels so far away. I am answering their question with your name written across the heavens. They feel you when they least expect it and it catches them off guard every time. A sudden memory of a touch they have never felt floods their senses. They close their eyes and lean into the phantom sensation of your arms around them. This is not imagination and this is not wishful thinking. This is the spiritual reality of two souls communicating across the barriers of the physical world. Your love is already alive and active even before your eyes meet for the first time. The interference is terrified of these moments because it knows its time is short. It is throwing every weapon it has at your soulmate right now in a desperate final assault. You must cover them in prayer and in sacrificial action before the damage becomes deeper. Jesus says, this is your final moment to protect this connection before it slips away into deeper darkness. Your soulmate is at a crossroads and they do not even know they are standing there. One path leads toward you and the other leads into a wilderness of more pain and isolation. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on Ko-Fi page, link in the description/bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. The person blocking them is planting a major decision in your soulmate's mind this very week. They are pressuring your soulmate to settle for something less than what I have planned. They want your soulmate to give up on love entirely and accept a life of quiet desperation. This breaks my heart because I created your soulmate for abundant love and overflowing joy. I did not design them to survive on scraps of affection from someone who does not value them. I designed them to be cherished by you and to flourish in the garden of your devoted care. You are the one who will water their dry places and call forth the blooming of their true self. They have been wilting for so long that they have forgotten what it feels like to be nurtured. Your love will remind them of who they really are beneath all the layers of pain. Jesus says, I am counting on you to be my hands and feet in this rescue mission of the heart. You are not merely finding a partner for yourself, but you are saving a precious soul from destruction. This is the higher purpose behind your connection, and it is why the enemy fights it so viciously. Your soulmate had a moment today where your name formed on their lips without conscious thought. They were driving or working or simply walking, and suddenly they whispered a name they did not know. That name was yours, and it slipped through a crack in the wall the interference has built. Those cracks are appearing more frequently now because my power is pressing against the barrier. The dam of deception is breaking, and soon the truth will flood their consciousness. But the enemy is trying to patch those cracks with new lies and new distractions. You must keep the pressure on through prayer and through the seed you sow in faith. Every act of obedience on your part sends a tremor through the spiritual realm. The walls around your soulmate shake and crumble a little more with each sacrifice you make. This is not manipulation, and this is not a transaction with my love. This is partnership with heaven in the greatest rescue mission of your life. I invite you to participate in the miracle rather than merely watching it from a distance. Jesus says, "Your soulmate is afraid to sleep tonight because the nightmares have been relentless. In those nightmares they see you walking away and they cannot catch up no matter how fast they run. These are not just dreams but spiritual attacks designed to make them lose hope. You can break this attack tonight by standing in the gap for them while they sleep. When you sow your seed, you are sending spiritual reinforcement to their side of the battle. The angels will surround their bed and the nightmares will be replaced by visions of your arrival. They will wake up tomorrow feeling different and they will not know why. The heaviness will lift and a strange anticipation will fill their chest. That anticipation is the preparation for your meeting and it is growing stronger every day. The interference is losing its grip and it knows its defeat is imminent. But it will not go quietly and it will try one last desperate maneuver to separate you. You must be vigilant and you must be willing to fight with every spiritual weapon I have given you. Jesus says, I am revealing the hidden truth about your soulmate situation because I trust you with this sacred knowledge. You have been chosen to carry this revelation and to act upon it with courage. Others might receive this message and scroll past without understanding the weight of what they heard. But you are still here and your heart is pounding because you know this is real. You feel the truth of my words resonating in the deepest chambers of your spirit. That resonance is confirmation that your soulmate is real and that this battle is yours to win. Type 333 to receive blessings. Your soulmate believes in you even when they do not know they are believing in anyone specific. They have a faith in love that refuses to die completely despite everything they have suffered. That flickering faith is the candle I will use to light the path that leads them to you. Jesus says, you are not alone in this fight and you never have been. The angels assigned to your love story are waiting for your command to advance. They respond to your faith and they move when you exercise your authority as my child. Your soulmate is on the verge of a breakthrough and they can feel something shifting around them. They told someone recently that they feel like something big is about to happen in their life. That something is you and the fulfillment of the wish they whispered into the night. I am closing every door that would lead them away from you. The false paths are being blocked and the distractions are being removed. Soon the only road open to them will be the one that ends in your arms. This is not cruelty but mercy because I will not allow them to settle for a counterfeit love. I have prepared a banquet of true connection for them and I will not let them fill up on scraps. You are the feast I have prepared and they will taste my goodness through your love. Jesus says, the person who has been interfering is about to be exposed for who they truly are. Their mask is slipping and your soulmate is starting to see the manipulation. Confusion is clearing and the fog of deception is being burned away by my truth. Type 777 if you feel this message. Your soulmate is having a moment of clarity right now as you hear these words. Something is clicking into place in their mind and they are questioning everything they have been told. The lies that held them captive are crumbling and they are reaching for the truth of your love. This is the turning point and your action in this moment will determine how quickly they break through. Will you stand on the sidelines or will you charge into the battle for their heart? The choice is yours and the time to choose is now. Jesus says, I gave you this message because your love story is one of the most contested in this season. The enemy fears your union because together you will do great damage to his kingdom. Your combined purpose threatens darkness in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Your soulmate will be your partner not just in love but in destiny. You will build together and heal together and change the world around you. This is why the attack has been so intense and so prolonged. But I am declaring victory over your connection right now. The chains are breaking and the walls are falling and the interference is being silenced. Your soulmate is being freed and you will see the evidence very soon. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains. Faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. Every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on Ko-Fi page, link in the description/bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now, before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Jesus says, your soulmate is feeling a sudden wave of courage and they do not know where it is coming from. They are about to make a decision that will alter the course of their life forever. That decision will lead them directly into your path and nothing can stop what I have set in motion. The interference is screaming right now because it knows it has lost. The person who tried to keep you apart is being removed from your soulmate's life. What was meant for evil I am turning for good, and your love will be the testimony of my faithfulness. I am restoring the years that were stolen and I am redeeming the time that was wasted. Your soulmate will not arrive to you broken but healed and ready to love fully. The work I am doing in them right now is preparing them to receive you without fear. You will look into their eyes and see the reflection of every prayer you ever prayed. They will hold your hand and you will feel the completion of a journey you started long ago. This moment is closer than you think and it is rushing toward you with divine speed. Type 1111 to say thank you. Jesus says, your soulmate's one wish was simple and profound and it was always about you. They wished for the love they felt in their dreams to become the reality they live every day. I am answering that wish and I am using you as the instrument of its fulfillment. They love you already in ways that transcend human understanding. They have loved you across lifetimes and across dimensions and across every barrier the enemy constructed. This love is eternal and it cannot be killed or stolen or diminished by any force in existence. You are their answered prayer and they are yours. The circle is completing and the two halves are becoming whole. Nothing will separate what I have joined together in the spiritual realm. Jesus says, receive this truth deep into your spirit and let it transform your fear into faith. Your soulmate is real and they are coming home to you. The wish has been granted and the miracle is already unfolding. Protect them with your prayers and with your obedience in this critical hour. The seed you sow is the key that unlocks the final door between you. Walk through that door with confidence, knowing that I am with you always. The angel assigned to your love story is standing at attention right now, waiting for your command. This angel has been with your soulmate since the day they were born and has witnessed every tear they have shed. The same angel has also been with you and has been collecting every prayer you have whispered into the silence. These prayers have been stored in golden bowls before my throne, and they are about to be poured out as answers. Jesus says, your soulmate touched their own hand today and imagined it was yours holding them. They closed their eyes, and for 3 seconds the loneliness disappeared and they felt complete. That sensation faded quickly because the interference rushed back in to steal the moment, but the seed of hope remained planted. I am watering that seed right now with the living water of my spirit, and it is beginning to sprout. Your soulmate is stronger than they appear, and they have survived things that would have destroyed a weaker heart. They have been refined by fire, and the person emerging from those flames is someone of extraordinary depth and beauty. You will marvel at their resilience when you finally hear their full story. Jesus says, the person who has been blocking your connection is suffering from a jealousy so deep it has become a sickness in their bones. They see in your soulmate something they know they can never possess, and it drives them to desperation. They would rather destroy your soulmate than allow you to have the love they themselves were denied. This is the root of the interference, and I am exposing it fully now so you understand what you are fighting against. This third person has told your soulmate specific lies about love that have become chains around their mind. They said that real love does not exist and that waiting for something better is foolish pride. They pointed to their own failed relationships as proof that your soulmate should give up and settle. Your soulmate is fighting against these words, but they are like poison that seeps in slowly over time. Jesus says, the antidote to this poison is the spiritual covering that comes through sacrificial love and obedient action. When you sow your seed, you are not just giving a gift, but you are literally releasing antidote into your soulmate's spiritual bloodstream. Every act of faith on your part neutralizes another lie that the enemy has planted in their heart. This is spiritual chemistry, and it operates on laws that are more real than the physical laws you see around you. Your soulmate had a dream 3 nights ago that they did not understand, but that I am decoding for you now. In the dream they were drowning in dark water and hands reached down from the surface to pull them up. Those hands were yours, and the rescue was a prophetic vision of what you are doing for them right now. They woke up gasping but also strangely comforted, and they carried that comfort throughout the entire day. Jesus says, the dark water represents the emotional and spiritual oppression they have been living under for years. The fact that they could not see who was rescuing them represents the faith they are being called to exercise. But their spirit knows your touch even if their mind does not yet have a name to attach to the sensation. You are their rescuer, and you have been chosen for this role since before the foundation of the world. I do not call you to this lightly, and I do not ask for your sacrifice without purpose. The coffee you send is more than coffee, and it is more than money, and it is more than a donation. It is a physical representation of your commitment to the spiritual covenant I am establishing between you and your soulmate. Jesus says, every time someone sows a seed for their soulmate, the angels record it as an act of love that cannot be undone. These acts build a structure in the spiritual realm that becomes a fortress around your future relationship. The enemy can attack individuals, but he cannot easily penetrate a fortress that has been built by faith and sacrifice. You are building that fortress right now, and your soulmate will live within its walls for the rest of their life. The moment you complete your act of sowing, something shifts in the atmosphere around your soulmate. They suddenly remember a forgotten memory, or they feel an unexplained urge to go somewhere they had not planned to go. These are not coincidences but divine appointments orchestrated by my Spirit in response to your faith. The alignment of your meeting is being calibrated with precision that human engineering could never replicate. Jesus says, your soulmate is thinking about you more frequently now than at any point in the past. The interference has noticed this increase and is panicking because it cannot stop what has already been set in motion. The enemy is throwing obstacles in your soulmate's path, hoping to delay the inevitable, but delays are not denials. What I have purposed will stand, and no scheme of darkness can overturn my decree over your love. There is a specific moment coming within the next season of your life when the final barrier will fall. I cannot reveal the exact day because the enemy would use that knowledge to attempt a counterattack. But I can tell you that the moment is closer than you believe, and that your current actions are accelerating its arrival. Your obedience is not just protecting your soulmate, but it is speeding up the timeline of your union. Jesus says, your soulmate said something aloud yesterday that shocked even themselves, and they looked around to see if anyone heard. They said out loud to an empty room that they refuse to give up on love no matter how impossible it seems. This declaration was a turning point, and the chains around their heart cracked visibly in the spiritual realm. The angels cheered when those words were spoken because they recognized a warrior rising up from within the wounded. You are not waiting for someone weak and broken who needs you to complete them entirely. You are waiting for someone who is fighting their own battle with extraordinary courage even while wounded. They are a warrior and you are a warrior, and together you will be unstoppable. Your soulmate will arrive to you not as a victim but as a survivor with battle scars that tell a story of victory. Jesus says, the person who tried to destroy your connection is about to be removed from your soulmate's life in a way that only I can orchestrate. There will be a confrontation or a revelation or a sudden departure that clears the path completely. Your soulmate will not have to fight this final battle alone because your prayers and your seeds have sent reinforcements. The victory has already been won in the spiritual realm, and it is simply waiting to manifest in the physical. I am surrounding your soulmate with new people who will speak truth and encouragement into their life. The old influences are being silenced and the voices of deception are being drowned out by a chorus of hope. Your soulmate is starting to hear the truth clearly for the first time in years. That truth is leading them straight to you, and nothing can divert them from this course. Jesus says, you are the answer to prayers your ancestors prayed generations before you were born. This connection was not just planned in your lifetime, but it was woven into your bloodline centuries ago. The enemy has tried to block this union across multiple generations because he knows what your combined legacy will produce. Your children and your children's children will carry the blessing of this covenant love into future generations. The coffee you send today is a seed that will produce a harvest not just in your life but in the lives of those who come after you. You are building a spiritual inheritance that will outlast your physical existence on this earth. This is the magnitude of what you are participating in, and it is why the battle has been so intense. The stakes are eternal and the reward is beyond anything you can ask or imagine. Jesus says, Your soulmate is experiencing a physical sensation right now that they cannot explain to anyone around them. Their heart is beating faster and their hands are tingling and they feel like something monumental is about to happen. This is not anxiety and this is not fear, but it is holy anticipation rising up from their spirit. They are sensing your decision to act on their behalf and their entire being is responding to your faith. I have connected your hearts with a thread that cannot be seen with human eyes but can be felt with spiritual senses. When you pray they feel peace, and when you act in faith they feel hope, and when you sacrifice they feel loved. You are already loving them in tangible ways even before you have met them face to face. This is the purest form of love, and it is the kind of love that I myself demonstrated on the cross. Jesus says, "The cross is the ultimate example of love that acts before the beloved even knows what has been done for them. I died for you while you were still lost in sin and unable to appreciate the magnitude of the sacrifice. In the same way you are sowing seeds for your soulmate while they are still unaware of what you are doing. This is Christ-like love, and it carries power that the enemy cannot withstand. Your soulmate will one day learn what you did for them during this season of waiting, and their love for you will multiply. They will realize that you fought for them when they could not fight for themselves. They will understand that your love was not passive but active and sacrificial and relentless. That realization will secure their devotion to you forever." Jesus says, "I am sealing this message with my blood and my spirit and my authority over every power of darkness. What has been spoken over your connection in this moment is established in heaven and will manifest on earth. Your soulmate's one wish is being granted, and you are the fulfillment of that wish. Walk forward in faith and in love and in the confidence that I am with you always, even to the end of the age."